button. But chances are you've already hit that subscribe button because we are getting continuous reports right now that YouTube is censoring our content and that only people that are, our hardcore subscribers are seeing our content. And we see this reflected in a lot of our numbers right now. It's like as soon as we hit 1.06 million, things came to an absolute standstill. So I want to tell you guys, make sure when you're, we post 3 videos a day, almost every single day. Yesterday we did 2. It's the first day in months, I think we only did 2. Make sure, guys, that every day at 11:30 we're live streaming. Every day at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we're live streaming around the blockchain, unless it's a holiday or we'll be out of town on Friday. And then we'll have a video in the middle usually, sometimes a video later at night. So if you want to know how to find our videos, all you got to do is go to the BitBoy Crypto YouTube channel. You see we're at 1.08 million subscribers. We've been here for like 4 or 5 days now because new people are not seeing our content. All you got to do is click videos to get down here, and you will see all of our videos. You'll also see us, this is such a weird thumbnail, posting more YouTube shorts in the future. It's a different kind of content. It reaches a different kind of audience. So I want to give you guys some updates on some of that stuff we have going on. Also, guys, we're working on a very large giveaway. We did our 1 million subscriber giveaway. It was phenomenal. We accidentally sent out 2 Bitcoin. That's a long story, though. We'll save for another time. So not only did we give away 1 Bitcoin, we gave away 2 Bitcoin. Yeah. So long and short of it is one of our people here got basically scammed by a scammer impersonating the winner, and that person did not have is not really a full-time crypto person, so was unaware of the typical scams, and so we actually sent out 2 Bitcoin, 1 to a scammer and 1 to the real person. So that was fun, but we want to go more over the top. Can we go more over the top, TJ?
I think we can.
We can go more over the top. So I'm having some conversations with some big people about doing something absolutely huge in crypto, giving a big giveaway. We'll have more announcements on that in the next few days to maybe 1 to 2 weeks. So it's kind of some moving parts behind the scenes, but we always want to reward our subscribers and our Bit Squad members because we do have by far, and this is something like I said earlier, I think I said it yesterday, we want to start putting more emphasis on the community because I am basically just the face of this. This is a movement. The Bit Squad is a movement. And you guys have played a big role. You've gotten us to where we've been able to have conversations with athletes, superstars, Texas State House of Representatives. We've got colleges and universities reaching out to us to go speak there. So we've got a lot of stuff going on. We got so many opportunities we've had to say no. But we have the biggest community in crypto. It's not even close. We have almost 5 million followers overall. You guys can see I tweeted that last night after my Bulldog picture. What do you guys think about this Bulldog? That's Odie Wilbs right there. Otis Wilbur Brutus III, but we call him Odie Wilbs. And I'm just going to say, those are my pants over there. That's all I'm going to say. I was wearing pants, okay? You can see I got khakis on, okay?
I'll just say, who's that guy that used to be his thing every time? Married with Children? Was that the name
Al
of the show?
Bundy?
Al Bundy, yeah. I guess he wouldn't take his pants off.
I never scored 4 touchdowns in one game. I'll go and tell you all that.
Not even in high school?
Not even in high school. Wow. I did catch a pop fly barehanded, though. That was pretty cool.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So anyways, guys, make sure you're following me on Twitter. We are at, how many were we at now? I think we're at 500 or 405,000 subscribers. So, or 406,000 followers over there on Twitter. Make sure you're following us there. But I did tweet about that last night. After this, I just waited 45 minutes in the Dippin' Dots line at the Braves game, only for my daughter to tell me she wanted cotton candy. So that was fun.
The best comment on that was like, yeah, maybe they knew the person was taking free samples with their hands.
Yeah. I saw that one too. That was good because I used to do that when I worked at American Adventures here in Marietta. I was like 19. Okay, so anyways, we're approaching 5 million total followers on major social media channels. The largest community in crypto. It's not even close. Thank you to the Bit Squad, best community in crypto. Period. That's point blank. Period. So, guys, just a big thank you to you guys for that. Let's go and jump into the markets. We're going to be talking about a lot of stuff going on today. We've got some bullish signals. We've got Chris on the channel today at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to give you guys a rundown of what's going on. Then back to Around the Blockchain today at 5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. So you guys make sure you're subscribed and you got notifications turned on so you see that stuff. So Let's look at the overall markets. It has not changed since yesterday at all, I don't think, has it? Yeah, it has. It's down a little bit. You guys know yesterday we were in this furious battle with Bitcoin when we were approaching $37,500, and it just keeps getting rejected there. So is that a troublesome sign? We're going to look at the Bitcoin chart here in a little bit. The overall market cap is down about 1% over the last day. And look, the volume's almost the exact, like identical to yesterday. 112 billion. So there's just not a lot of excitement on the market right now. Bitcoin coming in at 42.3%. And look at the GWEI prices. Look how low that is.
Yeah.
Gaining GWEIs, gaining GWEIs.
All those second layer solutions starting to kick in.
Starting to kick in. Cartesi, Polygon, some good stuff from them. So let's look at the biggest gainers over the last 24 hours. Theta starting to make another charge up, kind of retreating from some losses last week. MDEX. Do you know about MDEX?
No, never heard anything about it.
Don't know
Sounds
anything
like
about MDEX.
Exchange coin.
I'm sure that's what it is. I'm
Like
sure
it's Uni, basically.
the MDEX exchange. I wonder if that's for a chain that starts with an M. Binance Smart Chain. Nice little movement down here at the end. Don't know anything about this coin. Let's go to the website. Let's check it out. I hope it's not a scam, y'all. I have no idea.
Well, we're going to cover some of those right at the end. A lot of these hacks or potential rug pulls or
There's
whatever.
a lot going on. So, okay. So this is MDEX. It looks like it is just a site on the Binance Smart Chain. So interesting. I always like to know what the coins are I'm looking at. Theta Fuel, partnering up with Theta, moving right up. And linking itself to Theta as Theta moves. Theta Fuel is one we've seen move without Theta going up, but when Theta goes up, usually it moves up as well. We know Kusama's got their, I think they're launching parachains or some big announcement they've got going on right now. Stellar up 7%. Shiba Inu just won't go away. What do you think about that?
Not much. I don't really think about it too often.
You don't think about it too often?
No.
I would really like it when that thing goes outside of the top 50 again. Outside of the top 100, I would like that. Dogecoin coming in number 7. I think people are saying Dogecoin having a little bit of a breakout. Let's go check out what's going on with it. That chart is so insane. Okay, so let's see what's going on with Doge here. Some people were saying it had been on a clear downtrend here. And here, I'll just show you guys what I have been seeing. Virtual Bacon on Twitter was talking about this, about how he was actually loading up on Doge or buying more Doge.
Really?
Yeah, he was talking about that. Said there was a clear downtrend. What? Oh, there it is. It did straighten. There we go. Yeah, he was basically saying that this was a clear downtrend and it had broken out from it. It's a little wonky of a line, not exactly perfect. Maybe he was saying it was like that, and then it broke up. It came back down. So I don't know, just checking it out. Not trying to do any real serious charting here, just trying to duplicate what he showed on Twitter. He said he was buying Dogecoin at this price.
On TikTok.
On TikTok, yeah, Virtual Bacon on TikTok. Is DZ in here? We need to get him on Around the Blockchain. I think he'd be really good.
A Virtual Bacon, yeah.
Yeah.
Good idea.
Let's link up with him. I can send him a message on TikTok.
I was say I've mentioned that to him, but I think that's what you got to do is send him the message from TikTok.
Yeah,
I don't think DZ
He may not
has
have the
access.
best contact info for that. So, and then we're looking at some other coins here. XRP kind of holding steady above $1 right now. Did you laugh?
Yeah, just thinking about our conversation earlier.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, well, the new assistant.
Yeah, I guess we got to get it. We got to just unpack it here.
The new assistant is a XRP holder. She apparently believes in
TJ,
XRP.
guys, I want you to understand where TJ has come to in his life. TJ is now at the point where he gets his very own personal assistant, and I'm so excited for that.
Yeah, I avoided it as long as I could, and
did.
became apparent today when they were hauling away my garbage cans because I hadn't paid the $50 bill or whatever it was.
Can you
since I
afford
moved
it?
in. I can definitely afford it. I just haven't checked the mail since I moved in. So literally all the mail for the last maybe 2 months.
I got 2 million USDC if you need it.
Yeah, I might. So yeah, they were taking my garbage cans today. So yeah, I need some help organizing some stuff. So we got somebody. Turns out she's a big XRP fan.
So at first she made an XRP joke, and I was like, oh, she's falling in company lines, like she's with TJ. But now we got a little interesting dichotomy shaping up here. Is she's got quite a bit of XRP.
Yeah.
So she's coming out on my side. So like your personal assistant is on my side. So I don't know. Guys, I'm going to continue to say this. I'm going to shout this to the rooftops. I believe XRP is possibly the biggest opportunity of the rest of this bull run.
And to be fair, I've never said you can't make money with XRP.
Right, yeah.
I just don't
He's philosophically against it.
Right. That doesn't mean I won't make money with it.
Yeah, and trust me, I hate banks more than anybody, for sure. But I also have to kind of stay more in tune with what I think my audience can make money with, and I think XRP is a great opportunity. I mean, it's been straight up price suppression. You guys can see if we go back to just look 2020 on. I mean, you guys see what happened right here on the chart, where we got the move. It moved up to 66 cents, and then you got the SEC lawsuit right after, and it got crushed. It finally started to move, starting in, when was that? April, and then the market got crushed. Like, it literally was peaking when Bitcoin was peaking. And at the same time, though, we have not seen XRP reach all-time highs of $3.30. I think that's what it shows on here on Coinbase, I think. Let's see. On Coinbase, it shows $3.60, actually. So when you're looking at $1 right now, and you're looking at where this thing could be, just if it gets back to all-time highs, assuming we do continue the bull run, which, I mean, there's a lot of evidence to suggest that we will, but we don't know for sure. I mean, I do think this is a great opportunity. So it's holding above $1. It seems like that dollar is a really strong support line for XRP. It needs to hold. But I've been pleased with watching what it's been doing recently. So
we got some comments in the chat saying Audius is breaking out. Another one that we like a lot.
We own Audius.
Yeah, I scooped a bunch of that the other day.
We did. Oh, and by the way, I mean, just to get back on my soapbox about moving some stuff over to Tether or to USDC, I mean, we didn't sell any of our smaller coins. None of our small kind of moonshot coins. It was all stuff on Coinbase. Are y'all really that? Y'all really love Stellar that much? Like, really? Okay. Anyways. All right. So let's go into the Bitcoin chart as always. If you guys want to sign up, we did a Bybit tutorial video over the weekend. If you want to check that out, get Bybit or Femex. But I really want you guys to actually be focusing on checking out these reviews that we did, the Bybit review and the Femex review. You guys can see the differences between the sites, and it addresses a lot of things like the fees that a lot of people have questions about. So I just saw Jack walk by. He's our new website guy.
Yeah.
He just walked by the window and he saw we were live streaming. And he turned around and went back in. So I don't know what that means. Like, did he think he was coming to talk to us? Does he not know we're live streaming, or is he that scared of the camera? He's afraid he might get on it.
Doesn't want to walk past. He went all the way around instead.
Yeah, all the way around. But you definitely want to check out these reviews. It'll give you like a lot of information about the differences about Femex and Bybit and things like that. So let's move on and look at the Bitcoin chart here. Let's pull up our oscillator here for Market Cipher B. Let's get that pulled up. Need to have that on. Why did 2 pop up? That's so weird. Okay. Probably because I didn't have the other one actually closed.
And you can, if you drag the window over to the right a little bit, you can show more chart.
Oh, to the right?
Yeah.
It's so small.
No. The window to the right, and hide all this. There you go.
Yeah, I can do that. Okay, so we were talking yesterday. Here we are on the one-day chart. We were talking yesterday about how we got to get up in this EMA ribbon, and we're just having a hard time doing it. But if you look here, just if you were to draw like a quick line on the daily chart here for the last few days, I mean, it's pretty much almost right exact there. It looks like it is heading in the up direction. And once again, looking at the daily chart, we did this yesterday. I do just want to reiterate to you guys, we got a low, we got a higher low, and then we have a higher low here. So even after the manipulation X we still look like we're, possibly heading in the right direction, but it's hard to say for sure. I know yesterday we were looking a lot at the monthly chart. I think that there was really a lot of good information to kind of dig through on the monthly chart when you're comparing 2013 to 2014. But right now on the hourly chart, it looks like we could be going down a little bit further as we did just get a red dot on our momentum wave here. I'll tell you guys this. At 3 p.m. today, I got Chris from MM Crypto. I was very encouraged after listening to Chris. Technical analysis is his thing. And guys, I want to ask you guys this question. Do you guys want more TA from experts on this channel? Because this is something we're thinking about doing a daily TA video like we have with Chris and Carl, but we do one Monday through Friday. Or we can even integrate that into the live streams if possible. But I want to know if you guys want that. If you want more TA, put hashtag more TA. If you want less TA, put hashtag no way TA. I think I did that before.
Yeah, well, that's good. And also let us know how long, if you have a preference, like 2-minute updates, 10-minute updates, 5-minute updates.
Yeah, and we were thinking about we can have Wendy come on and do some, maybe some other, TA guys or gals that want to do that. How many people are watching, by the way, TJ?
We got about 14,000 people watching.
And how many likes?
About 2,500 likes.
Guys, can we get the likes up? Let's go and get the likes up. Smash the likes.
And it's about 80% yes.
80% yes. I think that is something we want to do. Okay, so
more TA.
I'm getting an idea here in my head. We'll talk about it later. But guys, smash that like button for us. It helps us. And if you're watching on mobile, you got to X out of the live chat, hit the like button, or smash it, but don't break your phone, and then pull up the live chat again. You won't miss anything that quickly.
If you're on a smart TV, I don't know what to tell you.
Walk up to your TV and just punch it.
No, don't do that.
No, don't do that.
We are getting requests for TA with DaVinci, which I think would be cool.
Oh, we want to get... Why have I never had DaVinci? I've never spoken to DaVinci.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, I'll talk to DaVinci. That's an easy...
Yeah, he's cool.
Yeah,
nice
yeah,
guy.
Yeah. He's an OG. I mean, he goes back... He was telling people to buy Bitcoin back in 2011, I think. Or 2012 at the latest. He was very, very early. Okay. So coming back here, let's check out the 8-hour chart, because on the 8-hour chart, we did get a couple of these green dots a couple of weeks ago right after the crash. And then we're seeing they're just not really materializing. And when you look at this money flow on the 8-hour chart, it is so freaking thick. Look at that. She thick, boy. She thick.
Also a request for a Raul Paul interview. Raul Powell.
Yeah. Tell him to call me. You know, like tell Paul to call. Raul Paul. Tell him to call. One call. That's all. Guys, I'd love to interview him, but where he at though? I think maybe it's an offer request at some point. Never heard back. So
he's pretty busy.
I can relate.
Yeah.
I can relate for sure. So, on the 8-hour chart, it looks like every time we've got these green dots, they're just not really materializing at the bottom. But this money flow is so deep in the red right now on this 8-hour chart. It is insane. It should not be that deep.
A couple people asking for Tom Crown.
Yeah, we love Tom. Tom messaged me today, actually.
Yeah,
that could be an interesting one as well. So that 8-hour money flow.
We got AJ Money in here saying I thought Gaston was going to run this stream because of the tweet from this morning.
Yeah. Gaston is not running the show. Gaston, can you do me a favor? Can you just run the show for 1 minute? Thanks. There you go, Gaston.
Welcome to Big Boy Crypto, the largest crypto channel on the interwebs. Hit the likes. TJ, laugh a little bit more. Give me a topic and we'll shoot off.
All right. Why don't you want to break down that chart?
I do not TA, so.
Okay. What are you most excited about for Bitcoin 2021? He's going with us on Friday.
I haven't been out in a year. What more could I not be excited about? I mean, I haven't seen any of my friends. I haven't seen Ben other than on camera. I haven't seen you since you left LA. There's 6 people in here. I've only been around 4 at the most at a time in LA.
Yeah, they were all tripping out last night because we didn't have to wear a mask at the restaurant. They've been locked up for so long.
What's the like count? What's the like count right now?
The likes are at 4,200 likes.
4,300 and Ben will come back on.
Oh,
Whoa. Guys, I can't come back on.
You can't come back on.
All right, now we got to give it at least 30 seconds.
What's going on with Bitcoin? What's going on with Bitcoin right now? Just tell them.
Flatlining.
Yeah.
Just flat. Just
Where's Bitcoin?
You wanted more
Just-
likes.
Well, yeah, I was to say, where's
Just
Bitcoin
flat-
going to go?
I'm telling you the truth.
It's going up.
It'll go up if you hit 4,300 likes.
There it is.
It's very
43.11.
easy.
We're at 43.64.
I'm back. I'm sorry, everybody. I had to do that to you. Guys, that California life sounds crazy.
It does.
That California and that New York life. I mean, Frankie was living that New York life where he
Yeah.
got down here.
Get locked up. It's almost as bad as Australia.
Locked up. Get Akon on the stream. Almost as bad as Australia where they locked you down. You couldn't even leave your house or
Yeah.
whatever it was.
Exactly.
You could leave your house but only one at a time. So...
Crazy.
But I'll tell you what, I went to the Braves game last night, which, by the way, shout out to my dude from New Orleans that I talked to last night. He is a Braves fan, and he was like, he saw me at the game, and he's like, oh my gosh, I thought maybe I'd run into you here, like, because he knows I go to the Braves games. And so sure enough, like, I ran into him, talked to him. He's a Falcons fan living in New Orleans. So, that's got to be pretty brutal. But anyways, like, what I was saying was I lost my train of thought. Oh, I was at the Braves game last night, and it was almost 100% full. It was the most full I've seen a stadium. And then we went to the Hawks game on Friday night. Same thing. It's just nice to see this thing finally come into like a bit of a close. And some stuff's going on in England is pretty crazy. But I don't want to go over all that stuff right now.
No.
But, it looks like by the point in that, if you look into what's going on over there, is it looks like it's kind of being rejected at this point. And that people are saying like, this thing's over, let's move on. Yeah. And it's really refreshing to see. So
quick chat from Vibe Parrot might be related to Eddie Parrot. Says Coinbase card works with Apple Pay, so that could be interesting.
Do we have that story pulled up?
No, we don't have a story on that, but that might be something we should look into because that could be convenient.
Yeah, I think. Well, there's a big story about this today. Actually, we didn't cover this at all today in here?
No, you can grab it though.
Yeah, I'll look at it, and then we'll get into the Ethereum chart right after this. You can now make purchases with Apple Pay using crypto thanks to the Coinbase card. And I will tell you this is really interesting because some of my other cards, I don't know if my Crypto.com card works with this or not.
With Apple Pay?
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure if it does or not.
I don't think it does.
Because the reason is because your Crypto.com card, like it reacts like a gift card in a lot of ways because you're loading it up with money. You're not like, you don't have like a limit or an account that it's coming out of. So like some hotels, for instance, won't take it as the card you got to put down for incidentals because they need a credit or a debit card. Some rental car places are the same way. So this would be interesting if Apple, Coinbase is able to be, the Coinbase Visa is used on Apple Pay now. Like maybe it gets around some of that stuff, which our banking troubles, by the way, look like they're coming to a close.
Don't jinx it.
Yeah, well, just say we're
as we
very
think
close to getting a crypto bank account. We're
And
very
once
excited.
we get it all set up, I'm sure something will change.
So, do you think that this story had something to do with the news from last week about Apple getting more into payments? I guess not. It's coincidence, I think. What do you have an opinion?
It could be loosely related. I think it's more than just coincidence. I do think we're going to start to see this more and more and more.
Did you still think we're in a bull run and things are going up?
Yes, and I still think we're going to see Samsung get involved in a major way, bigger than they have before with Samsung Pay. I think we're going to see Apple Pay continue to blow up and get more and more involved. So I think all of this stuff, we're just getting started.
Yeah. Fun fact for you, and somebody can fact check me on this, but I believe this is correct. Did you know that Samsung Pay is the number 2 most used app?
Wow. I'm not surprised because we forget that iPhones are really prevalent here in the U.S., but the rest of the world, it's all Android. So most of those,
or Huawei.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. But in Asia they use Alipay or WePay a lot, but for most of the rest of the world they use Samsung devices. So I'm not surprised I hadn't heard that, but I'm not surprised.
Yeah. So basically, you know what the number 1 app is? By a long, nothing comes close to it.
By what use?
Yes, by number of users.
Number of users, like
number of users, active users. I don't know what the exact measurement is, but it's the number 1 app, most used app. I don't know what the exact metric is, but most used app.
I don't know.
What's that? Instagram or Tinder? No. Aren't those the same app? No, it's YouTube.
YouTube. Interesting.
YouTube. Yeah, YouTube is the most, because I think it has to do with interaction probably with the app, because when you're watching YouTube videos, you're watching, most of y'all are probably watching on your phone right now.
Right.
So your screen time is going to be mostly YouTube. So, And I think, a lot of people will say that that's actually going to crush Netflix.
Oh, they're saying in the chat Huawei is Android. There you go.
Is it? But I thought they said they could no longer, Google said they could no longer use it. Wasn't that a big story like a year and a half ago, 2 years ago? I think it was. All right, so let's look at Ethereum. What's going on with the Ethereum chart here? Guys, Ethereum on the 4-hour chart looking quite bearish, to be honest with you. But here's something that's interesting. We have been looking at this RSI, or basically whether it's oversold or overbought. And we've been showing you guys that basically ever since this dump, we've been in the oversold territory, meaning the prices should go up. They're kind of undervalued right now. But we actually had this time right here for briefly over the weekend where things actually got back on the uptick. So that would have been basically running up through, in this range right here. So from this bottom up here, this is where we were seeing it start getting into over bot territory, but very, very brief. So the point is, it does look like we are definitely still in a territory where Ethereum is undervalued. And I told you guys yesterday, who I appreciate? I appreciate those of you that have a depth of understanding to know that everything is not a zero-sum game in anything when it comes to crypto. It is not always a bull market or a bear market on every single candle. Things change. They're dynamic. So I appreciate those of you that have that kind of understanding to know that, yes, crypto can go up or it can go down. It can go either direction. It doesn't have to be definitively one way or the other. So, yesterday I did the video where I talked about the top coins that we're looking to add. Guys, we make money in crypto every single day. We get paid in crypto. Most of our referral links, everything we have pretty much outside of our YouTube ad money is paid in crypto. So we're constantly moving money into other areas, and we're not cashing out money. There's some people out there that all the money they get on YouTube, they cash out immediately. I know that for a fact. We are not like that. We keep guys, I got like $6,000 in my bank account.
Yeah, we're long-term believers in crypto.
Guys, that's no lie. I have $6,000 in my bank account.
That's all in, all in.
What's that?
I said we're all in, all in.
Yeah, I'm. What is 16 million divided by 6,000? Can you do that math for me real quick?
Yeah, hold on.
Will that give me a percent? I don't know.
266,000. 2,666.66.
Okay, so let's just say that was. So basically, I'm like 99.99% all in crypto. Like, think about that. That's how deeply I believe in crypto. And so I did a video yesterday where I talk about which coins I'm looking at buying, and that's new money coming in. I'm buying these coins. We're looking at Ethereum XRP, Cardano, VeChain, and eGold right now. Those are the 5 coins that I'm looking at. And if you want to watch the video and find out why, you can go to the channel and watch that video after the live stream. I'm really looking at this as a really sweet opportunity right now that we've been given to be able to recalibrate what we're looking at buying and what coins we want to load up the most on. My portfolio had gotten bloated to the point where it was too over diversified. Okay.
Yeah.
I want to get there was a point where I was just going down Coinbase and just be like, I'm going to buy this, I'm going to buy this, I'm going to buy this, I'm going to buy this. Instead, now I'm deciding at this point for this second part of this bull run that I do believe we're continuing to go on, I'm betting on winners. I'm not betting on coins just on the case it goes up. Because if you have a coin that goes up 3x and you've got 1% of your portfolio in it, then that's great. But if you got a coin that goes up 3x and you have 15% of your portfolio in it, like, man, now you're in a really good territory. And so Ethereum is a coin that right now, around 2,500, it could go back down as low as 2,000. Who knows? I certainly don't think it's going into a bear market. I do not believe that. But when you look at the potential of this London hard fork that's coming up in July, July is going to be an extremely bullish month for Ethereum, I believe. And so some of that should get baked into June as well. But we do know we got the futures contracts, the Q2 futures contracts close at the end of the month. But look here what we're seeing on the 4-hour chart with the money flow. We talked about how it looked like it was going to go up, back up to the, let me pinch it in a little bit. It looked like the other day the money flow was getting ready to go back above the positive, and then it dipped. And now it's at its lowest point yet. Look how close. I hate this. I hate this. I don't know why it does this. Now I can't get rid of it. What is this thing doing? I can't ever figure out this drawing tool. But the point, guys, I'll be honest with y'all, I was never good at Microsoft Paint. Some of y'all might have been Microsoft Paint wizards.
You know what? Probably not great at regular paint either.
No, I'm terrible. You know, I was having this. So my wife is going to write a children's book, or she's already written it actually. So we asked Steven, our graphic designer, if he would be interested in, doing some of the pages for it.
The illustrations.
Yeah, the illustrations, like for money. I'll pay him money. Like, how to pull together some money. I'll see I don't have anything in my bank account. Maybe he'll take crypto. Yeah. But the point is I was just having this thought in my brain about like illustration, and so I was thinking about it this weekend. Which, honey, I will buy I will buy 1 million of your books to get you on the bestsellers list, just so you know. But the Bit Squad should buy them too. Okay, when it comes out. Guess what the topic is?
What?
Valentine's Day.
Oh, wow.
I said, honey, you got to sneak in an Ethereum logo somewhere in there. She said, this is my book. I still am trapped in like a 5-year-old's mindset with coloring and drawing.
Right. I never could do 3D. I can't draw or think in a 3D, 2D application.
Yeah, no, I can't either. Not a chance. Now, I can do graphic design, but that's just kind of like learning like methods of doing things. I can't make things that are super creative. I don't know how Steven does it. He's like a miracle worker with this stuff, which we're going to be looking at some NFT stuff, by the way, in a little bit. But, guys, this is the last thing I want to show you. We've gone kind of off the rails here about this chart, but this is what I want to show you right here. We are so close to getting back into the green in the money flow, okay? And that is very important for Ethereum. That is really probably the hallmark of when we can say the market is turning around. And every time we get close to it, like if you look yesterday, we were even closer. We were right there. And then now we're back on this way. So are we going to see more pain going back down, curving back up? Or, are we going to get that money flow going back in the green? And a lot of that, of course, is dependent on Bitcoin. But Ethereum does have a lot of bullish factors going on right now. So let's talk about some
bullish factors.
Some bullish signals. We have the Miami. What's that?
Nothing. That's a quick mention. There's no real story to cover there.
Well, I mean, this is a bullish signal.
Yeah.
This is a bullish signal right here. 50,000 people coming to Bitcoin 2021. Do you see any way that happens?
In a bear market? Or just in general? Do you think...
Is it a bear market?
No. You're saying, do you think that's true?
That's what I'm saying. Like, do you think there will be 50,000 people here?
Yeah. I don't know who all is going to show up for the actual conference, but there's going to be more than that because there's all kinds of people that are just going to be around having parties and stuff that aren't actually going.
Well, we also have, which TJ and I will be attending along with a couple other people. We actually got, is it our Alabama roofing guy? No, it's a different guy.
That's for the college game.
That's for the Alabama-Miami football game here in Atlanta. But we're going to be in a box, TJ and I are, for the Logan Paul Floyd Mayweather fight.
Yep.
So how about that? Definitely pulling for Logan. But if I were laying odds down, I mean, I gotta lay odds down on
the best dancer of all time.
The best point getter of all time. Best dancer, best punch dodger in history, Floyd Mayweather. So, crypto luminaries scheduled for attendance include Ron Paul, Michael Saylor. Michael Saylor lives in Miami.
Yep.
Wyoming Senator Cynthia Loomis. Jack Dorsey's gonna be there. Yep. Did you know Jack Dorsey's gonna be there?
I did.
Should I go with an honorary nose ring?
Yeah, that'd be good.
Organizers are expecting more than 50,000 attendees. Oh, Mike's got a nose ring, doesn't he?
He does.
Love that about Mike. So you can get a whale pass. It's being offered with starting bids at 3 Bitcoin. Pass allows entry to Bitcoin 2021. 5 celebrity suite tickets to the upcoming Floyd Mayweather and Logan Paul boxing match, where you can see us. Vintage bottles of 1996 Dom Perignon, and a meet and greet with pro skateboarder Tony Hawk. And you guys can get a discount for the conference. Are they still selling tickets?
Yep.
BitBoy 10, is that right?
That is correct.
BitBoy 10, you guys can get 10% off your ticket to Bitcoin 2021. I've never checked that. I don't know if anybody's bought those. That'd be nice if they did.
I think some people have.
Some people. But I was thinking about Tony Hawk this morning, by the way. And this is the next story we want to get to. Or was there another one attached to this?
There should be one, something like Bitcoin flashes most bullish signal.
Well, yeah, that's this right here.
Nope, that's
not it. So I'll try to, you can pull this.
That's it.
That's it, okay. So I was thinking about Tony Hawk this morning, and why has Tony Hawk not gotten backlash from the Bitcoin people like Chamath did? Because Tony Hawk did an NFT with Eternity, right? And I think another chain too. So, like, he's a Bitcoin guy, but these Bitcoin people are crazy about being Bitcoin only.
Yeah.
So I'm a little surprised by that. So,
yeah. Well, he's not speaking, right? He's just doing a meet and greet.
Tony Hawk, he's not speaking. I thought he was. I
thought he was, but I didn't see anything them in that article saying he's speaking. So
Interesting.
Maybe they did bump him down.
Maybe they did. Maybe they did bump him down. So a meet and greet. Well, that's for the whale pass. Let's see. Bitcoin 2021. Bitcoin.
I know they posted the agenda the other day. I don't remember seeing him as a speaker. But I didn't look that
largest.
close. There he is.
There he is. All your favorite speakers. Tony Hawk. Look at this picture of Jack Dorsey. When does he look like this?
Yeah, that's old.
He looks like, I don't know, like, he doesn't even look real there. But anyways, so Tony Hawk, I love Tony Hawk. We were looking at doing some stuff with him at some point. I don't know what the status of that is. So we love Tony Hawk. I'm not saying anything bad about Tony Hawk. I love altcoins. I love Eternity. I love all these coins. But I thought it was interesting. Chamath got removed from being a speaker because he's said favorable things about Ethereum. And meanwhile, Tony gets a pass on that. So they should be giving passes to people on that. I wonder if it's like, if you're a celebrity, it's okay. But if you're like an investor money person, it's not.
Huh.
Could be the double standard there. Goldman Sachs, this one right here?
No, the one.
I lost it again. I lost it. It had like people at the top.
Yeah.
How did I lose this?
I hope you did. There it is.
The most profitable signal in Bitcoin is back and about to trigger. Here it is. Hard to find these stories sometimes, guys. Bitcoin price is still down 40% from recent highs, forcing investors to face the reality that the bull run could be over. And guys, you have to remember, there is a chance the bull run's over. There's a chance. There's a chance. You should properly hedge yourself in that situation. If you've made a lot of profits, you should be taking profits along the way. The number one question we get asked is profit-taking strategy. So it could be down. We don't think it is, but it could be. All while that scare and that was actually me misreading it, and related sell-off certainly shook out even the strongest of hands. Those who are still holding could end up reaping enormous profits. That's because even though things appear to be extremely bearish at the moment for crypto, the most profitable buy signal in Bitcoin history is about to trigger. Here's a look at what it is. Bitcoin hash ribbons show minor capitulation. Buy signal is coming. I remember looking at this a while back, actually. I remember seeing this, I think, before maybe the last run up when there was some minor capitulation, how strong it was. The chart above shows, this is the hash ribbons in it. Hash ribbons created by crypto fundamental expert Charles Edwards. I call him Chuck, which currently indicates that Bitcoin miners are capitulating. During sell-offs, miners are forced to sell. There it is. There's our daily typo on the article. Miners are forced to sell coins to fund operations. In theory, Edwards' tool denotes when that's happening. It also is a fortunate side effect of being literally the most profitable buy signal in history. And this shows basically where the capitulation was and the percentage gains. 8,800%, 3,500%, 1,000%. In the past, the last buy signal of each cycle led to another 8,000 and 3,500% respectively. Each cycle had a number of buy signals before the grand finale, but it is the last signal that gives the indicator its reputation of profitability. So we're seeing a lot. Here's the point, guys. We're seeing a lot of bullish signs. A lot of bullish signs that this could be the best time. So let's check out these indicators here. This is the one I really want to get to. This is super interesting stuff here. 3 on-chain indicators suggest the Bitcoin price sell-off is losing steam. And guys, this weekend, so many people out there predicted that, and I was I was listening to them, is what I was doing. A lot of people predicted this bloody Memorial Day weekend, right? It's the end of the month. We did get it right that it was a bearish weekend. I mean, the prices did go down from Friday to Sunday. Monday started to bounce back a little bit, but it didn't happen. Now, I don't think it's coincidence that we had this yellow X on the Bitcoin daily chart for Market Cipher, because I think that means the whales are exhausted. They're trying to manipulate massive movements, but it's just losing steam. It's losing steam at this point. So many people are interested in buying Bitcoin at these prices that it's hard for them to continue to push it down. So let's look at some of these indicators here. Bitcoin spent output age bands. So the correction in Bitcoin's price resulted in three kinds of reactions in the spot market. The first involved panic selling by short-term traders who sold Bitcoin to minimize their losses. The second reaction involved hodlers who decided to hold on to their exiting Bitcoin supply. This showed a long-term conviction in Bitcoin's bullish bias against supportive macroeconomic fundamentals. And this includes things that we've talked about that I think are very important, which are ultra-low interest rates, poor yields on government bonds, inflation fears, and the declining U.S. dollar, which all of those, of course, are highly related to one another. The third reaction was a mix of hodlers and accumulators, with traders utilizing the Bitcoin price dip to buy more of the crypto at a discount. So this is what I was looking to do, which so far has not worked out, was looking to buy at a discount. How many of you guys have been watching the price and seeing it drop to numbers you never thought it would drop to, and like, I wish I had more to load up and buy some more Bitcoin? And so that's really what I was looking to do. I mean, if you think about it, just imagine if you had sold, I mean, think about this. Let's say you had 100 Bitcoin, you sold at 64,000, and then it went down to 30,000. You've like over doubled your Bitcoin. But of course, when is that point? Like, when's the point where like, okay, now I'm going to jump back in? I would have thought if it went below 47, I would have been great jumping back in. But it's kind of like, I always say this, like in poker, right? In poker, you always want to have a little bit of money behind the table. That way, if you do get some kind of dramatic price drop, that you can still go in and you can kind of layer those. You can either dollar cost average and do a certain amount every week or every month or whatever the case, or you can just have different points where you say, like, at different points, I'm going to jump in no matter what. I'm going to keep some money just in case the worst case scenario happens. So another Glassnode metric, dubbed Bitcoin total supply held by long-term hodlers or holders, shows that long-term holders, and we looked at this the other day, entities that hold Bitcoin for more than 6 months became the largest beneficiaries of the tokens sold by the short-term holders. It says long-term holders are adding to their positions. Short-term holders are selling. And that's the difference between someone who believes in this market and someone that doesn't believe in the market. Someone who believes in crypto and believes in the future of Bitcoin, you're constantly looking, and this is what the smartest people do. You're constantly looking for ways and times that you can add to your portfolio, that you can see it grow over time. You're not ever really exiting. Like, I'm never exiting the market and like, that's it, boys, I'm out. Even when we believe the top of the bull market comes in, when we will sell a good bit of our crypto, which will be months and months and months and months down the road, it's still to, when it drops in the bear market, be able to load up like, life-changing generational wealth. That's what's made in the bear markets. So we're never like just wiping our hands with crypto. We just want to take advantage of the market cycles, buying the bottoms, selling the tops, for as long as that strategy works, which has proven to be a winning strategy. Hodling is also a less intensive strategy that works. We looked at that yesterday. Anyone who's been in crypto for more than 4 years has basically become wildly rich. Yep. That's what the numbers say. I mean, Gaston's back there cruising. Yeah. He's saying he made it. Did you make it, Gaston?
Since 2012, I've been holding.
Since 2012, he's been holding.
Wow. Well, that was a fun fact, too, I saw from Stan Druckenmiller had made a quote.
I
where
call him Stanley.
Stanley, that's your boy Stanley. What part of what got his attention when he was first looking into this was he was saying when you look at the dips, like 40, 50% corrections, 86% of Bitcoin holders continued to hold. And he was saying there's no other asset like this that experiences this type of volatility and dips this low where people continue to hold or buy more. And so that's what he was saying. It is a long-term, belief, philosophy. This is more than just people holding an asset. These are people that really believe this is going to change the world. And, we see that every day.
Or at least make them really rich. One or the other.
Or both.
Or both. Here's another super bullish on-chain indicator, which is the Bitcoin balance on exchange drops. This just all has to do with supply and demand, scarcity, liquidity, volume. The net Bitcoin reserves held by crypto exchanges have also declined in the past 7 days, showing that fewer and fewer traders now want to sell their Bitcoin. The metric points to a typical trading behavior. Traders we talked about this so many times. Traders, when they want to sell, they send to exchanges. When they want to hodl, they move off exchanges. So looking at this chart here on Glassnode, you guys can see that all of a sudden this thing has been dropping since April of last year, and then it started to go up, right? We started to see an increase of balances on exchanges all throughout May, but now it has started to drop. We got to be careful with this one because it looks like the last data shows it on a little bit of an increase here again. But we want to see that. I mean, of course, you look throughout the history of the chart. I mean, it's always been up and down. It's never been one way straight up. But I would say on this one, we need a little bit more data coming in to be able to confirm that. Bitcoin accumulation addresses and balances rise. The total number of accumulation addresses and the balance within these wallets are rising. In the last 7 days, the number of these accumulation addresses has climbed, adding 7,430 new wallets to the list. Now, I think this is interesting because if we go and we look at the Bitcoin chart, what it seems like a lot of this stuff is coinciding with, I feel like I've said the word coincided more in the last, coincided and coordinated more in the last 2 weeks than I've ever said it in the rest of my life combined. But what's really interesting is if you look at the daily chart here, okay, let's count our what day was this written here? This was written on 18 hours ago, so yesterday. Okay, so we'll start with yesterday's. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. What this tells me is that people are confident that this and this was basically a double bottom.
Yep.
That's what it tells me. That this was a double bottom. They were never able to force a daily close. Wow, look at this. Look at this line. Holy crap. I haven't seen this before. Look how straight this line is on these closes and openings of these candles. It looks like that number is 34,557.
Can you zoom in on that?
What's that?
Zoom in just the
No,
whole.
I can't.
No.
I don't think. I can't zoom in. Oh, yeah, I can. There we go. I did. There it is. 34,557. Look at this. With as bad as Bitcoin has dumped, and with as many times as we've seen it approaching $31,000, $30,000, 29.8, the low on Bybit, we've yet to get a daily close below that $34,500 number. Are you shocked at that?
Yeah.
I am. I thought it would have been one day where it closed lower, but it has not closed lower than that.
Because it bounced so hard off 29, right back up to that 34 number.
And the same thing. I mean, look where here it bounced off of 31,000 and bounced straight back up. So to me, I think that's what we're seeing. We're seeing a lot more confidence after this double bottom that we had on these wicks. A lot more confidence that it will not go below 30,000. 30,000 seems to be the sticking point at this, right now.
Well, that makes sense even with the next story. The sell pressure is exhausted, basically.
Exactly. So let me find that story. I can't find any of the stories. This is bad. This is bad, TJ. Which one? This one right here? The Bitcoin rejection at 37.5? No.
Nope.
We already talked about this one. Let me start. I guess we'll have to do it by what's the word I'm looking for? I can't think of the word I'm thinking of. It's driving me crazy right now. I can't do it.
Wow, who'd have thought we missed Mr. Schmeeds?
Mr. Schmeeds.
Somebody else organized the stories this morning.
Process of elimination.
There you go.
That's what I was looking for here. we're going to use the process of elimination. We're going to get rid of all of these stories that I don't have. I've already talked about. I already talked about this one. Okay. So it must be this story right here. Nope. It's probably this one. Bitcoin could see $50,000 if this pattern holds up. Fundstrat says that Bitcoin could revisit $50,000 if this pattern holds up. Bitcoin, how many times do I think I say the same sentence? Third biggest monthly drop. We talked about this yesterday. The flagship crypto is in the middle of forming the inverse head and shoulders. And let me tell you what, I have learned there is a pattern that you definitely do not want to see on a chart. And it is a head and shoulders. There were so many times when I was doing these videos with Carl and Chris that, like, in the back of my mind, I'm thinking like, oh yeah, right, we're going to get a big drop. Yeah, head and shoulders, real bearish. I'm just looking at it like I'm seeing different body parts. You know what I mean? I ain't seeing no head and shoulders, you know, I mean, which, you know, some people use that for their dandruff, okay? Doesn't really work. You know, there's a big conspiracy about dandruff shampoo. I don't know if you know this.
No.
That actually it creates more dandruff, so you have to keep using it.
You could apply that theory to most cosmetics.
You can.
Yeah.
If you guys ever have dandruff, because I have in my life had dandruff for sure. What will cure it 100%? It's a shampoo called T-Gel. It's on Amazon. T-Gel. So I'm helping y'all out. Helping y'all out if you ever have problems. So Head and Shoulders is a big scam in crypto and in real life is the point. And when you see these patterns play out, it's really shocking how often they play out. The Head and Shoulders is a very bearish pattern. The opposite of that is the inverse Head and Shoulders. And so I've learned to respect the Head and Shoulders for sure. Even though everything seems bullish, when you see that Head and Shoulders, it is probably dropping. The inverse Head and Shoulders is the exact opposite. And what we've seen is we've seen these prices dropping. We've seen the bottom here with the head, and now we see the other shoulder. So it's basically, if you flip this upside down, it would be a regular Head and Shoulders pattern. And this shows that the target for this is $50,000. Now, if we get back to $50,000, I mean, surely we've got to be heading back to bullish territory. And this is from Bobby Lee. We talked about this is this Tom Lee? This is not Bobby Lee. This is not Charlie Lee's brother. This is a different Lee, different analyst. This guy was famous for always saying things were bullish. Even in 2018, he was saying things will return. He was talking about the cycles. Nobody was listening to him. Lee claimed that Bitcoin can still exit this year over 100K despite recording a brutal correction. In its April research note, Fundstrat also reiterated its prediction that Ethereum could touch the $10,000 level this year. Fundstrat's analysis, however, should be taken with a pinch of salt given that Lee gained notoriety during the 2018 crypto winter for making consistently wrong price predictions. Well, I remember him talking about the cycles and the prices going back up. Maybe he had his timeline wrong, but overall, we've gotten right back to where he said that we were going to get to. So that's definitely good news if you're wanting to see, Bitcoin moving up. We got the Goldman story here.
You can just hop into that.
Bitcoin aims to rebound after bearish monthly close. And we talked about this yesterday, how we had the, I think it's maybe the worst or second worst, can't remember which one it was.
This was the story.
What's that?
This is what we were looking for.
Yeah, recording a loss of 35.59%. This was the second highest monthly decrease ever recorded, only trailing that of November 2018 when price decreased 37%. In the two previous bull cycles, the RSI made two stops in the overbought territory prior to the end of the bull run. In the current phase, it has only made one top. Very interesting. And I tell you what, I mean, does that not look almost exactly the same as this one over here? 2013, this is where we're all telling you guys, it's possible that we're at in this bull run is about right here. And over here, we had the one peak, dramatic dip. Are we going to see the bounce? At some point, though, we got to get a bounce.
Yeah. Needs to be in June.
Needs to be in June.
Yeah.
In the two previous bull cycles, the RSI made two tops. However, an RSI crossed below 70 marked an end of the bull cycle in both 2013 and 2017. Currently, The monthly RSI has just crossed below 70. So that is not good news. It looks like it did. What does it mean it didn't go below it? It did go below it right here in 2013, as you guys can see. And it did rebound from that period. I think this sell-off was just so dramatic what we saw. Bitcoin continues ascent. The RSI has completed a failure swing bottom. Furthermore, it has generated a triple bullish divergence. The divergence trend line is still intact. Moreover, the MACD is increasing after giving a bullish reversal signal. Finally, the stochastic oscillator, stochastic? Is that how you pronounce that? I've never actually had to say that word out loud, I realized. It's very close to making a bullish cross. Therefore, readings in the daily time frame are bullish. So what we're seeing is we're just seeing an exhaustion of the downward action. We've looked at this over and over again. But I will reiterate what I just said a moment ago, which is at some point we got to start going up. At some point, we have to meet a resistance level that we can actually get above.
Yeah.
Because I don't...
Soon.
We haven't.
Yeah.
You know, so that is definitely a little troublesome. That basically we've not been able to get anything above since we crashed. Because, like, look, I mean, you can kind of see it here. If we were to look at this at, 42,000 as a level, once we went below, God, I hate this thing. I hate this thing so much. Once we got to 42,000, basically, we were never able to get back above it. Is that straight? There it is. Doesn't look straight. It looks like an optical illusion, doesn't it?
It's because of those curved lines.
Yeah, that's what it is. Then we had this line around 40,000. That's it. Why does it keep moving back to that? I wonder. Maybe because I clicked on it. Watching me use TradingView is like watching a child try to put together like adult Legos. Why do I keep clicking on the wrong thing? Yeah. I don't know. I don't understand how any of this works. Okay. All right. There we go. All right. So we haven't been able to get above the 42,500 level. Okay. Then when we look here, whatever this level is, of 39,200, once it went below that, we haven't been able to get above that. And this freaking 37,500 is another one. Like, when we've gone below these numbers, we've not been able to reclaim a single level.
Yeah. And
that is pretty concerning, if you ask me.
It's having a real hard time staying above 37.5, too.
Yep, for sure. Now I've botched the whole thing up. Now I got to refresh it, I think. Oh, I don't know. I'm gonna have to know. I don't know what I'm gonna do at this point. Now the Zoom is crazy on TradingView.
Move to the story.
Yep. All right. Goldman Sachs says crypto could power data economy. Goldman Sachs has published a report arguing that blockchains could become key infrastructure for the data economy. It says the banking giant recently published. They've been putting out a lot of reports lately.
Yep.
The banking giant recently published a report titled "Crypto: A New Asset Class," and we talked about this, discussing the technology's potential to become an institutional asset class. The report also said that Ethereum's native smart contract integration could one day help it surpass Bitcoin as the world's most valuable blockchain. That's a great way to put it. The most valuable crypto assets, they must be watching my channel, will be those that help verify the most critical information in the economy. The three biggest moves in the crypto ecosystem, payments, DeFi, and NFTs, are mostly being built on Ethereum. So it's going to get priced like a network. The more people that use it, the more stuff that gets built on it, and the higher the price will ultimately go. And this is why I've been trying to tell you guys. This is why Ethereum has got such a great chance to pass Bitcoin in my mind. Number one, the numbers kind of work itself out during this cycle. We'll talk about that in another video. But number two, like, you can actually do stuff with Ethereum. You can build on it. I think it would be pretty good also to kind of look into what companies are already using Ethereum, because there's actually quite a bit of them already.
Yep, big ones.
How many companies are using Bitcoin? Zero. Unless they're in Bitcoin. I can't think of a single one. Okay. And MicroStrategy is holding Bitcoin. We have companies that are investing in Bitcoin. but how many of them are actually using Bitcoin in an active way? I'm sure it's above zero. I mean, Sheetz, a gas station, I think, announced they were going to be taking Bitcoin. So in some way, maybe. But the vast majority of companies in the world, Tesla said, nope, we ain't using it no more, right? So Ethereum, you're seeing more and more adoption and more belief in Ethereum compared to Bitcoin on an actual functional, usable level. The institution memorably discussed crypto in a presentation in 2020, concluding it was not an asset class. Once again, the perfect demonstration of the manipulation of these kinds of companies. One week they say it's not an asset class, the next week they say it is. How shocking. They argue that Bitcoin was too volatile for institutional and banks to consider it a worthy investment. Crypto has gone through its biggest bull run ever since then, and the bank has changed its stance. Would you, and that's an interesting question, would you consider this the biggest bull run ever? I mean, obviously, in literal dollars, every bull run should be bigger than the last.
Right.
But it's not percentage-wise by any stretch of the imagination so far.
Not yet. I was going to say, hopefully it will be, but we haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, well, even if it does go, I'm trying to think of the numbers here. If it actually went up to $300,000?
I mean, I'm sure.
Well, it would have to go. I think above 360K to be bigger than the last one.
Yeah, I'm sure they're doing it by volume or percentage. I mean, there's definitely.
So it's kind of like obvious.
Yeah.
Right. Unless we have a bull run one day that doesn't get back to all-time highs, which would be very sad. Very, very, very sad. Okay, so 100K Bitcoin bet. Which one is that here? Here it is.
That one. Yep.
How relevant is the $900 million open interest on Bitcoin options above 100K? Pro traders have been buying ultra bullish 100 to 200,000 Bitcoin options. But how confident are they that these targets will be achieved?
So that's another bullish sign as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. But I would like to know what is the number here for the volume? 150,000, 300,000. Let's see. I would be really interested, and maybe it'll touch on this here, what the actual numbers are compared to the overall market. If it's a $900 million call option, and I guess we have to see what it is on the yearly, right? Because that's for the year, correct?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think that's for 2021. So it says Bitcoin is fast approaching its worst monthly performance in a decade, and I've been hammering that. But some investors are using this as an opportunity to buy ultra bullish long-term derivatives. There are currently over $900 million in call options, which are buy options, aiming at $100,000 and higher. Most novice traders fail to grasp that an investor might sell an ultra bullish call option for September to improve gains on a short-term strategy, therefore not expecting to carry it until the expiry date or the expiration date. So basically, if it hits it early, they just take the option and it's over.
Or if it looks like it might. So what I think they're alluding to there is like if you've got a bullish call option for 100K, say in September, but it gets all the way to 70K by like August, then you sell it, take all the the profit from the move from 40 to 70, and then let somebody else take that option from 70 to 100.
Yeah, that institutional investing world, the futures contracts are real crazy.
Yeah. So that's what that was alluding to there, I think.
Yeah, so they may sell it early. Well, are they selling them now? I guess not, right?
No. I think they're talking about these are for end of September.
Yeah, the end of September. So that's quarter three.
Yeah.
Yeah, the quarter three. So that'd be really interesting to see as we approach that, what actually happens. So right now there are currently 24,625 Bitcoin call option contracts at $100,000 or higher, equivalent to $910 million in open interest. Sure, this is what we were talking about earlier, which how much is this? Sure, it sounds like a lot, but the current market value of these ultra bullish options is $15.4 million. For example, a December 31st call option with a 120K strike is worth $1,500. As a comparison, $30,000 a protected put option for July 30th is worth $2,700. Therefore, instead of focusing exclusively on open interest, one could factor in the actual cost for each option. While these flashy $300,000 Bitcoin call options make headlines, they do not necessarily reflect true investors' expectations. For Bitcoin holders, it makes sense to sell call options of $100,000 and higher, pocket the premium. Worst case scenario, one will be making a sale in December at $100,000, which does not sound like a bad investment at all. And I think, like this, how cancerous do you think this stuff is?
The futures?
Yeah.
It's not great. You know, it's not good for, it gives a lot of tools for this big money to kind of manipulate and play some of the games they've been playing this year. It also, you'll see, you know, we talk about the resistance at 100K that we're probably going to experience. That's both psychological and data driven, like what's going on in this article.
Yeah.
Like, as we start getting up to that number, we could see massive sell-offs because of all these protecting of these positions. So I think, you know, long term, I mean, it's part of the game we play. You know, this is part of what's going to give Ethereum some of their most, you know, bullish narrative of all these derivatives and all these futures contracts getting settled on a blockchain. But in the short term, it's tough for retail investors for sure.
Yeah. Well, what value is there to a max supply when people can buy and sell the derivatives version of the price without having to actually own a Bitcoin?
Exactly. Or gold or whatever it is.
Yeah. And so that really inflates those markets. And I can say for sure, if we don't end up getting to the numbers where we think we're going to get to this year, this is why. I mean, I think it's because and guys, like, let's be real about Bitcoin here. And my Bitcoin 2021 people probably don't want to hear this. But if these Bitcoin that are representative of Bitcoin, but not actually Bitcoin themselves, if these are able to manipulate the market in a way where no one actually sees the value of holding a Bitcoin, where the value of holding a Bitcoin actually only comes in the case of hyperinflation and a total, destruction of our economy, then what's their motivation to buy? And I can tell you, everybody I know, that's not their motivation for buying. There is some motivation to buying to hedge against inflation, but I think all of that got answered over the last few weeks. You know, like your dollars are not going to be worth 50% of what they're worth now in a 6-month period, which Bitcoin has shown it can be. Overall, we know it does go up in value, but if these Bitcoins, as some people call them, rep Bitcoins, not real Bitcoin. I know I learned that word this morning.
They say rep?
Yeah, like rep Bitcoin. It's
Instead
a
of
representative of Bitcoin, but
Yeah.
it's not a Bitcoin.
Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah, it is kind of interesting. I never heard that before. Chris and I were talking about this morning.
That sounds like somebody saying wrapped. They just
Yeah,
say repped.
yeah, it's a rep, it's a representation of Bitcoin, but not Bitcoin itself.
Yeah.
That's not good for Bitcoin,
No.
at all, because people aren't buying Bitcoin because they think the economy is going to crash for the most part. Some people are. The people who have been in here for a long time and understand it, they do. But if that's your only true value and utility, is, if there's an absolute economic crisis, then there's value in that, but not enough value, I think, to keep this thing running every 4 years. So, I don't know. It's an interesting conversation. And I'm definitely not a fan of the futures contracts, but they're here. And so I don't know. We'll have to see how this, there's a lot of manipulation on the market when these things come in. We see it in media as well. So, all right, Binance Smart Chain sounds alarm over well-organized DeFi attacks. And did you also hear about this ICP hack, maybe?
No.
You see that floating around? Let me see if there's any news out about that. Now, I'm not trying to FUD it. I was reading I saw a story. I didn't actually get in depth. It was passing around our research group this morning. So I don't see anything about it right now. So I don't know. We'll have to see what happens. But some people are saying that there's some stuff going on behind the scenes, and we gave you some red flags when we did that. That was one that I capitulated for sure. There's a lot of negative stuff coming about that internet computer protocol. So we'll have to see what happens there. But this is not on Binance Smart Chain, internet computer protocol, but I did want to bring that up so people can do some research on that. Let me know if you find anything. They can say it in the chat. Following a series of high-profile multi-million hacker attacks on several DeFi platforms based on Binance Smart Chain, the network has issued an official call for action to developers. There were 8 flash loan hacks recently. Well-organized hackers targeting BSC. It's a very challenging time for the BSC community. And the actual official Twitter account tweeted that, because that's what a Twitter account does. It tweets today. Its Crypto Slate reported projects such as Belt Finance, Burger Swap, and my favorite, Pancake Bunny. Somebody's going to clip that. I like the name. That's all. And others. I don't know. It sounds like the name of an overweight stripper. I just had to throw it out there.
Oh,
I'm sorry, Pancake Bunny. And others have been exploited for millions or even tens of millions of dollars over the past weeks. I'm sorry. That's what it sounded like. I'm sorry. Most often than not, DeFi platforms are falling victims to so-called flash loan attacks. And guys, once again, we are seeing that BSC is the wild frontier right now, the Wild West of what is happening in the world of crypto right now. Meanwhile, some users began reporting the Binance Smart Chain itself is experiencing technical difficulties over a week ago. If you have funds on BSC, it's best to get them off ASAP. That's a quote from this tweet right now. I wouldn't go that far yet. Depends on where it is. But we do know that BSC is a little more centralized than other chains. This is from Crypto Ultron. He says, I run a BSC node. The network is constantly forking uncontrollably.
Yep.
Wow. You got to get that under control.
Kind of like a bunny.
Kind of like. I must stop. For every block that is part of the main chain, we're family friendly here, there are around 5 uncles, which are fork blocks. Several validators are running subpar hardware and cannot keep up with the rest of the network. Guys, we're just seeing, like, I want to remind you guys of the fact that all of these chains are brand new except Ethereum.
Yep.
All of these chains are brand new. Ethereum, everybody wants to criticize and poke and prod and this and that. But Ethereum's proven over time that it is successful. When you look back at the beginning of Ethereum, though, it was not. When you look at what happened with the DAO hack, when it split between Ethereum and Ethereum Classic, I'm getting a lot of questions on TikTok about Ethereum Classic, and it really concerns me.
Wow.
A lot of these people think Ethereum Classic is just like Ethereum, but there's no development on it, really. Maybe a tiny bit. The main developers left a long time ago, but that's a whole different story. The point is, in the early days, Ethereum had problems. Yeah. And yes, now it has functional process problems, right? But we don't have a lot of hacks on Ethereum like you have on some of these other chains.
Well, another thing to keep in mind, too, all of Ethereum's problems that they're experiencing right now is a result of success. So there's so much network activity, they're having a hard time scaling. So it's a different type of problem. They're not having hack problems and vulnerability.
They're having process and functional, congestion.
Congestion.
High gas fees. This is what happens when your network is super used.
Right.
I can go find you some blockchains down in the lower end of CoinMarketCap that got no congestion because there ain't nobody using it. So Binance Smart Chain is going through some of these growing pains right now, and that's what we're seeing. Doesn't mean the BNB is a bad investment. Doesn't mean Pancake Swap is a bad investment. Doesn't mean that BV Finance or any of these other competitors are bad investments. It just means that they're going through growing pains. You got to be prepared to go through this. So
it also means when they come out and they're growing really fast that they're not going to just replace Ethereum either. Like the old Denny Green quote, we crowned them too early.
Yeah.
It's the same kind of thing. Binance Smart Chain came out. Everybody started talking about them passing Ethereum. They've got a ways to go to prove that they can even maintain what Ethereum has.
Cardano and Polkadot. Ways to go.
Ways to go.
Well, look, we love Cardano, but there's going to be a long time before these chains are functional, operational, 100%. And we know that they're going to be working compared to the problems that Ethereum has, that are a result of Ethereum doing well.
Yeah.
And check out this typo here, I believe. I don't see any way this is not a typo. Do you see it?
Daps.
Daps. I mean, that's not a new word I don't know about, right? I mean, that should be DAPPS. But anyways, they give a call to action for all the dApps that are on Binance Smart Chain for them to check that out. So let's look at some NFT stuff we got going on here. First, we have Unifty, I think it is. Actually, I know it's Unifty, but I want to pronounce it Unifty. Okay. This is a project that we are invested in that we think is going to be a huge platform for NFTs in the future. And guys, I know like a lot of people have looked at some of these projects that, like Eternity's been crushed. And we told you guys why that was, is that they had this vesting schedule where all these venture capital people were dumping the price, and they continued dumping the price. And then you know what happened? Right when all of these VC people were out and had sold all their tokens, the entire market crashed. So Eternity's been hit very, very, very hard, like extremely hard, and I understand that. Ultimately, we still believe that's going to be a really well-functioning platform. The people they have coming on that platform are absolutely huge. Unnifty is another one of these platforms that we believe is going to be kind of, we don't want to say bear market proof in terms of the cost of the project, but in terms of the usefulness and utility of the platform, this is one we have our eye on for sure. We do believe that in the bear market, some of these NFT platforms will continue to do well, and you'll still be able to make some money based on the NFT sales or investing in the platform in different ways. You're staking, not necessarily all on the hype cycle of NFTs. It says, like the 2017 cycle of ICO vaporware, NFTs are the latest crypto flex. All of this is creating a market capitalization. Is it warranted? And it's got several different headlines talking about people investing in different projects, listing different NFT platforms, while others spend valuable time and investor dollars talking. The unnifty devs simply build and build and build. And I've been privy to a lot of these conversations for what's going on with this platform, and I can tell you they are certainly building. And this is what I'm looking for to really emerge closer to the end of this year as a big winner. Unnifty facts and features: existing farm building is fully decentralized. You own your own smart contracts, or you own your smart contracts, which is different than a lot of these other platforms. And guys, if one thing has been proven when it comes to any project out there, if you have a unicorn as a logo, you are going to be wildly successful. Is that true?
I didn't hear what you said. I'm sorry.
How were you not listening to that,
I'm reading
TJ?
two different things. Sorry.
Oh, TJ, you were supposed to show. Can we start over?
Yeah, let's go again.
Okay. Scene. Sorry. I probably shouldn't have said that amidst all the stuff going on. Guys, one thing has been proven over time for sure, and it's that if your logo is a unicorn, you are going to be wildly successful.
100%.
Well, you're supposed to show the freaking screen, TJ.
There you go.
Wow, TJ, you need to stop reading.
Sorry. Well, you know what it is? It's the cat is sending me messages right now. He wanted me to mention that the SoMe token SAT, they're doing a live stream tomorrow at 2 p.m. for anybody who wants to join in and hear that.
Yeah, we're doing it here.
Oh, it is here. Okay.
Yeah, I think we're part of the live stream.
Okay, well, that's tomorrow at 2 p.m.
Tomorrow, 2 p.m., we're at SoMe live stream for their SAT token. It's their SoMe ads token. It's like their utility token, and then their ONG is turning into the governance token. Big launch on CardStarter tomorrow. So if you're in the Cardano community, you're definitely going to want to take part in that, because I tell you, I was in the Zoom call with Charles Hoskinson and SoMe, because I'm an unpaid advisor. They never pay me a penny. Unpaid advisor for them. And when I heard, I'm telling you, Cardano was super interested in them, and that made me feel really good to be involved in it. So this is the kind of the ultimate test of what's going to happen is this launch tomorrow of their ad token. So,
but speaking of some fun stuff, we have some Nick Shepard NFTs.
We do. I just want to show one last thing here on this Unity, which is the networks that it's going on. You guys can see. I think that is Cello. I don't know what that is. But Polygon, Binance Chain, Ethereum, and then old Elrond over here. So definitely involved with some projects that we are pretty interested in. So keep your eye on this one. But we actually have our own NFTs. Nick Shepard made these for us.
Yeah, they're sick.
Yeah, Nick Shepard is an artist and photographer. We met him in person down in Miami before. And we're selling all of these NFTs. They're just $100 each, 0.04 ETH.
Trying to help launch him as an NFT artist in the space we've got. They're all listed on OpenSea. The link is in the description of this video. If you want to scroll down in the description, the link's right there directly to the OpenSea store.
Look at this one.
Yeah.
I look like I'm like ready to like pounce on somebody right here on this one.
Ready to go.
But look at that. I'm moving forward. So he
some
did a really
music.
phenomenal job on these. We kept the price low. The majority of this money is going directly to Nick, so we're trying to help a guy kind of get his foot in the NFT world. Then we've got this. I mean, look at this one. Look how cool this one looks, guys. Look how cool that's. Confirm identity. Sell. Confirm identity. Look at that. NFT. BitBoy Crypto. It's even got my name and an X in the middle. It looks like I'm in the Matrix.
You are.
Yeah, I am in the Matrix for sure. So we'll have the link down to these. You guys can get them on OpenSea. This is exclusive. There's only, I think, 100 each of these. So there's only 300 of these total. So if you guys want to go take, or wait, is that right? Where's the number here? 100 each. Yeah, there's 100 each. That is correct. 100 each. So there's 300 of these. So if you guys want to go take part in that, you guys can do that. Excited to be helping Nick with this. He did a really great job on these photos. I mean, guys, let's be honest. It's not hard to make me look great, but he took it like to another level. I mean, look at this guy, and then look at that guy. I mean, look how phenomenal he looks. Johnny Cage-esque.
That is.
Yeah. So, all right, guys. Well, thank you guys so much for watching today's show. I certainly hope we're going to be able to climb above that 37,500. Maybe things are. I'll tell you this, guys. Here's your hopium. You want your hopium? The hopium is the last time we went to Bitcoin 2019 was the last time they had the conference in person. I mean, the price just crushed it. When we were at Consensus, that's actually when things started running up, was during Consensus. We had Consensus last week. Maybe things bottomed. Maybe we're going to this conference. Maybe you got a lot of the biggest Bitcoin whales in the world going to be there, and they want to see some favorable things for the price action if you pick up on my drift there. So hopefully we're going to see prices go up for the rest of this week. I definitely want to. I'm tired of them being down here. I want to get above some resistance. So let me know what you guys think is going to happen down below in the comments. That's all I got. Be blessed. Good boy out.